Broadcasting from the campus of Minnesota State University, Mankato.
This is the Maverick. KMSU 89.7 FM Mankato, KMSK 91.3 FM Austin. Independent Public Radio.
It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that a hungry man no more could ever do.
That's very upsetting.
That's the only version of Africa that counts in my book.
It's just close enough, and then you're like, wait.
Yep.
Yeah,
You should hear the full 4-minute version.
Oh,
Yeah,
I will need
because
that.
it just
That'll
gets
ruin your day.
worse.
Yeah.
Well, boy, Spinach Ron did not get the cars.
Oh, I added the cars.
Did you?
Yep.
Okay. That was Since You're Gone, requested cars going up to Tom in St. Peter, who suggests that when fall rolls around, Man Camp gets his own Man Camp-sized tube of soup.
Soup tube.
Sure, we'll have to see about that.
Yeah. Before that, it was B-Bomb Fields with Heartbeat. I had a trend going until the Cars. I don't think anybody named Laura is in that band.
No,
but,
I think you're right.
Laura Marling with Tap at My Window and Laura Veers with Secret Someones.
Cars. Had the car thing going on there.
Okay, that's true. We're stretching a bit. But
Yeah, look, I'm
that's
trying
okay.
to. I'm
It's
just trying to
early.
help.
We got to warm up. We have a special guest in the studio. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Stark.
Good morning, everyone. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And we are going to talk a little bit about MomFest because can you believe it's this weekend?
I cannot. All of a sudden, it's mid-July, which means it's Minnesota Original Music Fest time, but it always flies by, and now it's here. So, yeah, I'm excited to talk a little bit, or at least kick off the talking
The
about
morning
it.
of
The morning of
MomFest.
talking about it on
Yes.
the radio. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, the Minnesota Original Music Festival, is this the third or fourth year?
This is the fourth year.
Fourth year.
That which also seems a little bit crazy. Like,
Yeah.
wait, we've been doing this for 4 years now. So, yeah, very excited. Always been the third week of July and centered in St. Peter, Minnesota.
And it kicks off this Saturday at noon. We're going to talk a little bit about the different bands that are playing. And then on Sunday, the schedule is a little different than I thought. So I'm glad that you're coming in to do this because I already had written it down for the 48-hour or for my calendar of events, and I see things are already different.
Yeah.
So it kicks off at noon with there's only 3 local groups that are playing. Otherwise, it is all bands coming from across Minnesota.
Yeah, we try to have a mix each year of some of our local favorites and then also make this an opportunity to introduce audiences to bands they might not be aware of, maybe encourage Twin Cities audiences to drive on down and connect with some stuff that they haven't heard before. But yeah, we're very excited to kick off the main stage performances at noon on Saturday with Nate Boots and the High Horses.
Nice.
So Nate had a great album release show at the Carnegie a couple weeks ago with a new solo album of his, but hearing him play with the High Horses is such a treat.
And the High Horses had an EP out at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
A new EP as well. So, and they're working on some new music, he told me when I had him in to chat.
Of course they are. Nate is so prolific. It's impressive. So
Yep.
Amazing. Yeah, they are going to be a fun way to start us off. And one of the things that's interesting, I think, about this festival that we were chatting a little bit about before off mic is that usually music festivals, like, it starts out with, here's maybe like a solo act, and then you add, and then so if you're thinking like, I'm going to stay home until about 4:30, and that's when the big bands will be there, absolutely
You're
not.
going to be missing out.
You will miss a lot.
We start off strong and continue. And some of that is due to just working with the schedules, especially people who are coming from the cities.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes an earlier afternoon slot is useful for them, and then they can go even play somewhere else that day. And it's also just because we really want this to be about variety. Like, this is a showcase of a lot of different types of music. If there's something that's not for you, give it 40 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
right.
something else will happen.
Because I honestly feel like if you're looking for a word to describe the Minnesota Regional Music Festival, in particular this year, diversity.
Diversity.
Definitely.
Yes.
Whether it's music or the band members or where they're coming from. small towns, big towns.
Yep.
It's very diverse.
A lot of variety.
Yeah, this is going to be a great one. Come on out. You'll find some new music. Following Nate Boots, I'm also super excited for this on Saturday. Adrian Barnett is in town, so we're incredibly lucky to both have Adrian play with his band, The Questet, which is super high energy jazz. If you've heard them out and about, a lot of local favorites also in that band. But also Adrian's going to be doing a set of his solo project called Lakeside Effects. And I saw him play up at the Turf Club as Lakeside Effects, and it's fascinating because he's basically accompanying himself.
And you're
amazing
thinking
to me.
like, oh, because I even asked him this. I said, so you're looping parts and building it? He's like, no, he's basically got all the stuff set up and he's recorded it in advance. But when it comes to whatever instrument he's playing, he drops that out and he's playing that live.
Yeah.
So if he's trying to get back to the drums and he trips over a chord, it's going to be a little
There goes-
difficult.
Yeah, well, and to watch him just bounce around like, oh, now he's on drums, now saxophone, now he picks up a flute, now he's got a
Bass.
guitar. Like it really is.
He wants to entertain and get his steps in.
Yep.
Very much. It's fascinating, and it all comes together in what is a really cool sound.
Sure.
So I think just from something interesting technically, especially for me as a non-musician, a lot of it feels a little magical. That would definitely be something to check out.
Yeah. I said, was your life just too easy? You wanted to make your stage shows harder?
Right? That sounds like all musicians, right? It's just such an easy, carefree life that you gotta keep it interesting somehow.
And next up is Ani XO. I'm really looking forward to them. I had a chance to talk with Ani and really excited to hear their full set. I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people that kind of like the indie stuff that's going on. And Ani became kind of an online sensation over COVID.
Yes,
and
I've
we're
been
very
checking out their
fortunate to have them.
Instagram, and yeah, just kind of a cool vibe. But yeah, I'm interested to hear a music festival set. So
Yep.
it's going to be fun.
And Ani's bringing full band. They just were out in New York touring, and so they will be definitely tight. I'm looking forward to hearing them. That's at 3:00 on Saturday. And then the Kevin Gamble Trio is playing. Now, Kevin Gamble's actually in Jazzicality as well, who's playing later on that day. But he's got his own setup. And I did not get a chance to talk with him. I exchanged some emails, but didn't get a chance to interview Kevin. But I'm really looking forward to this group, too.
Yeah, I was listening to some of Jazzicality. Again, they're playing later at 7, so I'm really curious then to see. But yeah, the Kevin Gamble Trio, like that just, the little bit that I heard, like from looking at, posting about the different bands and things, like it just seems like a great sound.
Yep.
Like just, kind of continuing that, I don't know, hip hop, R&B type of vibe into, but maybe stripped down a little bit from the full Jazzicality. So that's going to be interesting. And that's a neat opportunity for them to be able to showcase his work and then come on back with maybe a different take on I don't know, fun dance music later on with Jazzicality.
Soul R&B sound.
Yeah.
And if you like your music loud, 5:00 is when you're going to want to show up. The Silent Treatment, I had a chance to talk with their lead singer, Claire Luger, which is a great name for a punk band.
Yeah.
And basically the Silent Treatment has so many, their members have been in so many bands, from Trailer Trash to the Beatifics, to the Low Rats, to a Cramp cover band called the Goo Goo Mucks. I'm really looking forward to the Silent Treatment, and that's just loud, fast punk.
Yeah, they were not on my radar at all before they applied, and then reading about them, it's like, wait, these guys sound awesome.
Yeah.
Why? And now I get to hear them in town. I can ride my bike to the show. So, but yeah, they popped out as something that's for sure going to be interesting. And these are long time, like you said, musicians. They have been in all different types of bands.
Yep.
And
this is actually Claire's first band that she's ever been in.
Okay, so
Oh,
she
cool.
pulled together a pretty strong group of.
Yeah, her husband is the drummer, and so
Okay.
he kind of was like, "Hey."
You can do this.
But he did
let's hear
encourage
your
her
voice.
to start the band, and I'm just excited to see a woman-fronted punk band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as well. And then some local favorites. Pocket Lounge plays at 6.
How exciting, because last year at Mom Fest was one of Pocket Lounge's first public gigs when they did Live Music Wednesday on the patio at Patrick's.
And it was a buzz.
It was
an
such a
instant
buzz. And I wound up leaving early and missing them, thinking like, oh, I got other stuff to do. You know, I don't know who these guys are. At least I don't know their music. And then everyone was like, Pocket Lounge. And then now they played a few times. They really are. There's something special about them in terms
very
of
talented.
Very much.
And they're talented and they're having so much fun.
Yep.
And their originals are really interesting. Like, I think they get a lot of buzz. They have a great selection of covers, but I'm excited here at Minnesota Original Music Fest. They're doing these fun, like jazzy sounding types of things. And even last night at Patrick's, the drummer, Shaylin, was out of town. So it was just the Pocket Lounge Light playing and just having a blast improvising on bass and guitar, and very cool to hear what they were putting together. So I think it's going to be a cool step up for them to both be on the main stage and be focusing on originals.
Super excited to be on the main stage.
Yeah, this is, if you've been hearing about Pocket Lounge and if you are local, I feel like you have had to be hearing about Pocket Lounge.
Yeah.
This is your chance. Come on out and check them out.
I feel like they're a band that you could say I remember them when they were playing.
I can't wait to be able to say that. I'm going to get into cool shows in big cities
last
in like 5
year,
years.
I was out at the KMSU table and Charles came up to talk to me, and I was so excited to say, man, I heard about your gig. Everybody's talking about it. And now this year, main stage.
Yeah. Who knows? The sky's the limit. Yeah.
7 o'clock Saturday night is Jazzicality, and if you like your soul, hip hop, R&B,
yes.
This is the band to see. I think they have quite a bit of buzz up in the cities as well, and so we're pretty lucky to have them come down. And then we're ending the night with the real Chuck Norad, who I'm really excited to see.
I feel like this is a band that I've been hearing about. Like, they have been on my radar, but have not had a chance yet to see them. And I think this is a nice, pretty much this whole day is going to be, like, pretty exciting in terms of music, but they're going to be a great closer for the Saturday of the festival.
Horn-driven band,
yes.
Along the lines of anything off of the Daptone label. And so, yeah, that's right up my alley.
There's a lot of that. I like this year's focus on like these bigger bands that have the horn line, have that instrumentation. I personally really enjoy that in music, and we're going to get a ton of it this weekend.
Yeah. Then we move on to Sunday after we get to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, Sunday, well, a little bit. Sunday we kick it off at 12:30, and this is so fun. The winners of the 48-hour band challenge. So Wednesday of this week, people who've signed up for it, they show up at Paddlefish, they get drafted into randomly, well, with intentions into bands. So you're not put with anyone that you've played with before.
And they really try to get you a guitar, a drum, and a bass if they can.
Yeah,
instead of
some
one
basics.
Band with a kazoo
and 3 drummers.
Yeah,
I mean that would be cool. But and then they'll be doing the challenge Friday night at Patrick's, where the bands will perform. They're each performing 3 songs. A panel of judges will determine the winner, and the winner gets this opening slot at the main stage on Sunday of Minnesota Original Music Festival. So it's just a 15-minute slot. But they'll have 3 songs, one of which will be an original song that they will have created between Wednesday and Friday. So that is, I know sometimes Sunday, again, you might be like, I'll show up later. But it's truly, it's both inspiring and it's wildly entertaining to see what people can create when they're just thrown together, and it's people who love music. And it's always, I'm always way more impressed than I thought I would be.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's so much
definitely.
talent. Even just throwing random people into a band, it seems like in this area you're going to find something really cool.
Yeah.
And then at 1 o'clock, Intelligent Design takes the stage, another local artist. And I went to the hip hop showcase for the Minnesota Original
missed that.
Music Festival, and there was a competition for that on the stage. And the winners, I believe, are 2 young guys from Duluth, although they might have moved to the Twin Cities, but they were incredible.
And they're going to be
and
popping
they're
up
gonna
during
be-
this intelligent design
Yep,
set, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
he's sharing
cool.
the stage with them, so they're going to have a chance for about 10 minutes to do it, and I think they're going to get you going. They were so energetic and so on their game. And then intelligent design is just fantastic. It was the first time I had a chance to hear him live, and
He is great. Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, and the thing that I really like about him is that he moved to the Mankato area from a smaller town around here and was embraced by the scene, and he is just continues that tradition of trying to get young people who are interested in the scene to have a safe space to create and be a part of it. So yeah, a fantastic addition to MomFest.
Cool. Yeah, it's been nice to see more hip hop this year, both in the main stage lineup and then also with that hip hop exchange event a couple weeks ago. It sounded, and it's a thing that people want. To have people come from Duluth and the Twin Cities to be able to participate.
Yeah,
in this
people came
and
from
find
St.
this
Cloud.
community is-
It was packed.
That's cool.
And then I'm excited for the Grupo
Grupo 507. Grupo
which
507.
I learned means 507.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. Kind of like 507 area code.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the band that you didn't know you needed, but you do.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the party band because they say they just want to get a party started, and they're playing again horn-driven and accordion.
Yep.
Style Mexican music.
Traditional, but with
in a big group.
Yeah, very modern take on it. Yeah, they've popped up at a few things around here, but unless you're really, tied into a Latino music scene, it might be something that you have not heard. 2 p.m. on Sunday, Grupo 507 is going to be a blast.
Yep, I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a lot of dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, truly their slot should be from 10 to midnight, but noise ordinances in St. Peter. And bedtimes, so excited to have them come on. After that is Pull String. This one's been on my list. Again, I have not heard them, but they mentioned that they're very influenced by the Replacements in their little bio.
They're dad rock. That is their
I'm all in.
standby.
Fully in.
Yep.
I don't love that dad rock is now the Replacements and not the Eagles, but you know what? Okay, I guess.
And see, I asked them, I said, so dad rock to me is classic rock. And they're like, well, it's more 90s, 2000s.
Really?
But he says, at the same time, though, I'm in, because I spoke with the guitar player, I'm influenced by Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin. So they've got their classic rock chops. But I would just say if you like your catchy, poppy, guitar-driven band, it's this band.
Cool.
And then he would mention things like the singer of the band does a lot of writing, and he's heavily influenced by Tom Petty.
Oh, neat.
Okay.
So it's going to be a real interesting combination, but they're a little louder as well. I think if you like your just riffy, hooky, top 40 kind of sounded bands, Pull String is going to be it.
That's going to be perfect for a music festival in the park, too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Listen, enjoy, hear something new. Then we wrap up Sunday with two bands where, and maybe Pull String will bring that vibe, but if you're like, is it 1998 again? We have Dread I Dread and then followed up with Umbrella Bed. So we have reggae and then ska.
Two bands that have been making music for 20 or 30 years.
I have an Umbrella Bed CD that I got in 1997 when they played on campus at Hamlin University when I was a student there. And that they're still around and popping up. Playing festivals like this, so cool.
And Dread I Dread is reggae, and an Umbrella Bed gets into kind of ska. So I think it's a nice
That'll be fun.
back-to-back.
Yeah, and also another perfect end of day. We want it to be, we want to end. Everyone's having fun. We're wrapping up this cool party that we've done.
Yeah,
so
I had a chance to talk to Pee Wee Dread, and similar to Jazzicality, both of them said that they're very interested in putting positivity out with their lyrics.
Yeah.
And so I think we're going to come away from both of those performances just feeling better about everything.
This feels like something
Which
we
is-
need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think everybody can use feeling a little bit better about things. So
Yeah. Nope, this is the week and the weekend to do it. There's a lot of stuff happening this week. I know you've got more people coming in today to talk about it. But just to put out a plug for MNOMF.org. And that is in terms of like if there's some swaps in the schedule, if there's any changes and things, if you really want to know exactly what time, if we've mentioned an artist and you're like, ooh, I want to listen to that, we've got links to all of the artists on there.
Yep.
But that is the home base for info about Minnesota Original Music Festival.
And it's a free event. It's at the Minnesota Square Park. If you've never been, it's not unlike Rock Band, where you just bring a chair, you can bring food, you can bring water, just no glass containers.
Right.
Yep.
There's going to be food trucks there, and so there's restrooms. You basically just need to show up and you can hang out all day long.
It's a very short walk down to the food co-op and
Right.
Tremendous Brewery. If you show up and you don't like the food trucks, hey, you're okay. Just stroll on down, pick up a few things, bring them on back to the park.
Or if you're saving some money, just bring some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Good to go.
Yep, hang on out. So, and also to note, right now the forecast, at least it's not going to be like 90 degrees this
Right.
next weekend. Hopefully, knock on wood. If a shower pops up, one of the cool things about the main stage is that what we do is we just like reverse the bands, so they play into the pavilion, and then you can move your chairs in the pavilion. So, I mean, as long as it's not some insane weather event, you can assume that things will happen as planned.
Yes.
So if it says rain in the forecast, maybe you want to grab a poncho, but we will have an opportunity for you to listen to the music and you don't have to stand out in the rain, which is always nice. But let's hope for good weather.
I think the rain's supposed to let up by 9
That's
morning.
what it looks like.
So,
Yep, just a little bit.
And even then, it's only 0.08
That's
inches.
not
So,
Perfect.
yep. Hopefully, it's not going to make it humid, but the temperatures are on the lower end.
That's
I think
fine.
it's 79 on Saturday and 80 on Sunday.
We've had a mix of, we've never had a Minnesota Original Music Fest on one of those like insane hot July days. There have been a few warm, like kind of humid ones. And then we've had a couple years where it's rained. So I'm mainly just hoping like if we can get through this whole main stage performance weekend without any rain, that would be cool.
And I think they've sprayed down at the park because I, at Hot Jazz, never even saw a mosquito.
Yeah, and I was sitting out on the grass for a while at a picnic table, and I was not getting bit. So I would not, maybe you want to, especially if you're going to be staying like Saturday evening, maybe throw some bug spray. But
Sure.
yeah, it's not bad at all. Yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited to talk about it. And I mean, we've barely scratched the surface of all of the Minnesota Original Music Fest events, but these main stage performances are really the core of the festival, and it's going to be such a cool lineup. I'm excited.
For sure.
Well, we could talk a little bit about the event that's happening. Is it Thursday night with the
Songwriter
stage? Because that is something that's new.
Yeah. So
And it
this-
was kind of a competition.
So with this event, we were able to offer stipends to 4 musicians, and we selected people through an application process, 2 songwriters and 2 composers. So people who you are creating music for a band that may or may not necessarily have lyrics were also included. And then we have the Songwriter Stage Band composed of some incredibly good musicians who have worked with the selected songwriters and composers as both mentors and then, helping them realize these projects. And then what's going to happen on Thursday night at 7 p.m. in Minnesota Square Park is they're going to get a chance to perform. So probably about everyone has, I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes worth of music and then a little bit of changeover, though the band will be the same. So you can count on, I'd say, an hour and a half of some really interesting music and a very cool mix of the selected songwriters and composers, some people who are local, some people who are Twin Cities based. So you'll hear something.
Rochester, it looks like, too.
You'll hear something different and interesting. But it's, really what we wanted with Minnesota Original Music Fest is that this isn't just a music festival, that it's really about inspiring and helping continue this live original music community. Like, how do you give people opportunities to create and to share that with audiences and to learn from other musicians? And so this Songwriter Stage event really brought those aspects together. And that is another one that I have no idea what to expect from this. It's going to be interesting and very cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys already have it on your calendar. Now, coming up around 8, we're going to be joined by Michelle Roche to talk about some of the workshops happening on the Triple Fall stage.
Always some of my
that weekend.
favorite pieces too.
Some really cool stuff that is going on. But let's play some music from Umbrella Bed.
Yeah.
We have a song from them called Rotate, and then I see Michelle is out in the wings. We will have Michelle
thanks,
in.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
I
you,
see
Emily.
this week out at all the fun.
Yeah, definitely see you. It's gonna be a busy week.
Yep, get ready,
But
get hydrated now.
You
Got my
can
water bottle.
you can sleep you can sleep next week.
Exactly.
That's right. Well, thank you, Emily.
Thank you.